Hi everybody, it's Angela, founder of Live Tall. On today's episode, I am going to talk to you about how to define your personal style. So when you hear that, you might think, I don't want anything to do with that. You might think you have a personal style. You might love fashion like me and enjoy kind of expressing yourself through fashion. But either way, I find that as tall women, it's hard to define our personal style sometimes because maybe what we want to wear doesn't exist or doesn't come in our size. And so I have actually spent, if you don't know already, an entire career in fashion prior to launching Live Tall, and I've really just spent so much time in and around clothing that I feel like I have a very good sense of my own personal style. And working as also a stylist and a wardrobe consultant in another business that I have, I work a lot with clients in helping them define their personal style. A lot of clients do the first reaction, I don't know what my personal style is, and they look at their closet, they look at everything that they have, and they don't know kind of where they really are. And I will say personal style is something that is very personal, hence the name. It's about how you express yourself, but it can also change. So I definitely went through a different season of style when I had a corporate job. When I had a corporate job before kids, when I had my corporate job even after becoming a mother, my style absolutely evolved. So personal style is something that is unique to you, but definitely evolves. So you could have, as you probably even can think about, images of yourself as a teenager to now, right? So your personal style has most likely evolved quite a bit from then until now. So if you're kind of lost or maybe just want a little bit of inspiration, this video is for you because I'm going to talk to you through kind of how I help my clients in my consulting company define their personal style. And as you all know, I work from home. So the way that I have it set up to help you define your personal style is I have it kind of laid out in steps or sort of like a process to take if you are starting from square one. So the first step that I have in defining your personal style is to first just look outward. Look out at celebrities, look at Instagram, look at magazines, look at runway shows, like wherever you find your fashion inspiration, just start there and start collecting images that really stand out to you. So this is probably something that most people do already or maybe without thinking about it, but I want you to start to kind of look outwards with that lens of finding outfits or style that really grabs your attention. And next, I want you to be able to collect that information. So for step 2, start to really collect, whether that be a Pinterest board, whether that be just like cutting magazine images, so old school. I'm very old school and I love to go through magazines for inspiration, by the way. That could be on Instagram. You start to save collections of outfits and style that really grab your attention. So if you're on Instagram and there's a blogger or an influencer or a celebrity that really grabs your attention, start to follow them. So I just recommend following celebrities and influencers and athletes who are tall as well, because they're going to be such a great guide on how outfits look on a tall frame. So once you've kind of followed those celebrities, once you've got your Pinterest board and you're collecting all of those images, I want you to take it one step further with the outfits that you like. So you might see something that you love, but are you actually going to wear it? So I want you to filter out all of the outfits and images that you would never personally wear, right? So I have a lot of images that just give me like big picture inspiration, but I want you to boil it down to actually things that you could see yourself wearing, okay? So that's kind of like that one step further than probably what most people are already doing out there when you're kind of scrolling on Instagram or looking on Pinterest or flipping through those magazines. So after you have your specific outfits, it could be 10, it could be 100, like however far you want to go with this. Next, what I want you to do, so step 3, is to put into words, and you can write it down or it can just be something that you keep in your head, of what you're actually seeing. And so this is where literally you are defining the style that you like. So for example, if you are pinning or putting on, saving in your collections a lot of really sporty looks, like a lot of athleisure wear, a lot of, athletic wear, things like that, start to put words to it. So like, I really gravitate towards sporty looks. I really gravitate towards classic. Wow, I really select a lot of sexier looks. Like, start to put words on kind of paper or, like I said, in your head to literally define, because putting words to something is going to help you that much further. If you're trying to describe to somebody, if you're looking for something in particular, and also just kind of in your head filter out things that maybe don't fit into those kind of words or buckets that you have defined. And just to give you an example, I always gravitate towards statement dresses, more like flowy silhouettes, and I define the styles that I see as classic and feminine. So those are kind of the 2 words that I would describe images that I save, and absolutely the way that I would describe my personal style. Okay, so just to recap, we have done 3 of the first steps to defining your personal style. We have found the inspiration, we have collected images and separated it into items and outfits that you would actually wear. And then we have defined those things that we have seen. So we have actually put words on paper and defined the types of looks that we gravitate towards. So the last step before we put it into practice and you're actually going to go to your closet, is you also have to be able to define your body type. So outside of being tall, body type is really all about what your body's proportions are. So in one of my first YouTube videos, I talked about styling tips for tall women. And I gave like an example, which actually, if you go to this blog post on my website, I have included this kind of a visual for you that I'll pop up here as well. But it is a kind of dressing for your body type guide. And before you get intimidated or overwhelmed by all this information, just remember one thing. Dressing for your body type is all about proportion. If you are a rectangle as somebody, or something that's a little bit more boyish, meaning you kind of have your shoulders and your hips are just at about the same and you don't really have that waist, right? So it's kind of like more of like a rectangle. Then you want to wear things that are actually going to give you a waist, that are going to define that shape, if that's something that you don't really naturally have. So before you get too kind of nitpicky or worrying too much about like, am I an apple? Am I a pear? Am I a rectangle? Like, just know that dressing for your body type is really just about balancing your proportions. Okay, so if you always kind of go back to that and kind of know if you are heavier on top, heavier on bottom, bustier, no waist, a small waist, whatever that looks like, just think about balancing that out. Okay, and then if you really want to get more nitpicky and you really want to become an expert on dressing for your body type, then go look at my guide that I created. And I'll pop it up again here, and it's in the blog post. Okay, so like I said, we've kind of done the pre-work. You've kind of gained some knowledge and some insight, and now it's really time to focus on you and what is currently in your closet and how that matches up with your personal style. So now I want you to go to your closet and go through everything in your wardrobe to see what fits with the style that you have defined, the style that you love, and what is flattering to your body type, and see what you are left with. Like, see what's in your closet that actually reflects what you truly love and truly want to wear. Then you are basically going to be left with the items that do not serve you, right? So maybe it's like the one-off item, maybe it's something that you bought just because it was on sale. Maybe it's something that was super trendy and so you felt like you had to wear it. but it does not serve you, it's not your personal style, and maybe it doesn't even complement your body type, right? So edit out those things that no longer serve you with this new mindset of defining your personal style. So, disclaimer, this part can be very overwhelming. And so, like I mentioned in the beginning, I am a wardrobe consultant and I do actually do closet cleanouts. This edit portion of the process is one of the most time consuming. It can be one of the most emotional, and it can be one of the most overwhelming pieces, right? To like really sift through and comb out and get rid of things. So give yourself a little bit of grace. If you are doing this on your own, you don't have to do it all in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day, as they say. So give yourself some grace. Give yourself a little bit of time. Maybe do sections of your closet at once. Maybe one day you're going to do shoes. Next you'll do some accessories. Whatever that looks like for you. And then obviously if you really just don't want to do it at all, wherever you live, there are closet organization companies who can help you with this process. I personally, it's my favorite part of the process because it really begins that transformation for the client that I'm working with. Okay, so now that you've edited this out all the pieces that no longer serve you or fit into your lifestyle, now you can start putting outfits together. So remember, you saved photos, whether it be on Instagram or Pinterest or through your magazine clippings, of outfits that you really love. And now your closet has those pieces that reflect the style that you really love and that is really called to you. So start putting outfits together. Start having fun. When you find an outfit that you really love, whether it's on your body or you're just putting it on hangers, take a picture. It's really helpful for you to be able to go back and see outfits that you really love. Maybe you just need like some inspiration for the day when you're getting ready. But also it'll help you kind of get that image of the style that you really love. And then you can use it in the future for inspiration, like I said. And now that you really have a better understanding of what you love, what fits you, and also what you own in your closet, when you start to go shopping, you will have such a clearer picture of what it is you actually want to shop for, whether it be more items like what you already own. Like let's say you realize that one of your signature looks is a great pair of jeans, a t-shirt, and a blazer. Well, guess what? When you start to go shopping, you're going to notice great blazers that you know fit you well and kind of will more easily be integrated into your wardrobe versus like random one-off pieces that you don't quite know how to work with them. So what I will say is once you've defined all of this, you're going to have so much more confidence going shopping. And then slowly but surely your wardrobe is going to build and be a complete reflection of who you are versus beforehand when maybe there were a couple of pieces that really, fit your style, but then it was also like camouflaged or overrun by all the things that really didn't. So when you go shopping, here's 2 things that I'm going to have you keep in mind to help you stay kind of on track. First, don't buy something just because it's on sale. That's probably where a lot of us get lost is maybe two parts to that. It's super trendy and somebody tells you should have it, or it's a really good deal, so you just want to get it, right? So I urge you not to do that when you are shopping. And I also urge you to invest in quality pieces because you now know kind of what it is that the image that you want to portray. Don't skimp on yourself. Buy those pieces that are going to last in your wardrobe for years and years to come. Again, you will just build such a more quality wardrobe. And since you are really going to have a better understanding of how to mix and match outfits, you're going to have this ongoing inspiration, whether through Pinterest or Instagram. Quality pieces really stand the test of time and you can use them season over season. It's not going to be something cheap or trendy that you're just going to want to throw out next year. And one more little tip that I have for this whole process of defining your style is make sure you have a tailor. So again, you invest in really great pieces, you are leveling up your overall image. When you find something that maybe just needs a little tuck or the sleeves are a little long, only in our dreams, right? But whatever that might look like, just never skimp on a tailor. So there are stores, obviously Nordstrom is a really great resource. I shop there, I bring clients there all the time. They have obviously in-house tailoring. It's just fantastic extra touch to make your pieces really perfect and fit for you. And my last step, or I guess at this point is a tip when you define your personal style, as tall women, you already know this, but I'm just going to remind you. You already make a statement for how beautiful you are, your presence as a tall woman. And so when you are defining your style, just keep that in mind, that being tall is a part of your style, whether you like it or not. And when you walk into a room, all eyes are on you already, right? And sometimes that's a pain point, and sometimes, we really embrace it and we love it, which you should, and you should celebrate it, because everybody's looking at you and really wishing that they were as tall and as amazing as you. So when you are putting your style together, just remember, you already have that going for you, so you don't really need, to do so much with your style, because you're already making that statement on your own. So just, again, kind of, I've said it a couple of times, you don't have to overthink it. If you know what you love and you know what fits you and looks good on you, you really don't have to do much else other than that. So I hope this helps. Like I said in the beginning, this is a process. This is not something that you can check and finish all in one day. I feel like style is an evolution, and the way that you define your style today might be different in 5 years. So always give yourself a little bit of grace when defining your personal style. But I hope this helped give you some tidbits, some kind of foundation laying, so that you can be empowered to really dress the way that you want to dress. That's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and leave a comment down below if there was something that you learned today or something that was really helpful. If you liked this or if you didn't, that's fine too. But again, you're here at the very end, so I thank you for watching anyway. And we're going to see you next time. I have some new launches coming up, so the next videos are going to be around new product. Thank you guys. Have a good one.